Welcome back to our channel. The 5-cent coins you are referring to are commonly known as nickels. Here is some information about the 2002 and 1982 -1-cent nickels from the United States 2002. Nickel design. The 2002 nickel features a depiction of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse front side and Monticello his estate on the reverse backside. This design has been in use since 1938, with a few modifications over the years. Mintage. The mintage for 2002 nickels is relatively high-making. The uncommon coin's composition. The nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. 1980 nickel designs similar to the 2002 nickel. The 1980 nickel also bears the image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. Mintage. The mintage figures for 1982 nickels vary by the mint mark. P for Philadelphia, D for Denver. Some varieties may be less common than others. Composition like the 2002 nickel. The 1980 nickel is also made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. Start with a surprising fact about the 2002 Jefferson nickel that most viewers might not know, such as its unique minting details or rarity. Introduce the 2002 Jefferson nickel, explaining its significance in the world of coin collecting and what makes it intriguing. Discuss the common misconceptions or challenges collectors face when identifying special coins, particularly the 2002 Jefferson nickel. Delve into the history of the 2002 Jefferson nickel, including its design, minting process, and any notable features or errors that enhance its value. Reveal the most compelling insight about the 2002 Jefferson nickel, such as a specific rare version or a surprising market value that will captivate the audience. Summarize the unique aspects of the 2002 Jefferson nickel that make it special, reinforcing its importance to collectors. A very special coin that could be hiding in your pocket. Change. The 200 top Jefferson nickel. You might be thinking, Jefferson nickels are common, why should I care? Well, my friends, this particular year and mint mark combination is actually quite rare and valuable. Let's dive in and find out why the 2000 top Jefferson nickel was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which means it has a P mark on the reverse side of the coin just above the Monticello building. It's easy to spot once you know what you're looking for, but why is this specific coin so valuable? Well, the answer lies in supply and demand. The United States Mint didn't produce many 2000 to Pete Jefferson nickels, making them much harder to come by than other years and mint marks. According to numismatic experts, only around 15 million of these coins were minted, compared to 2/10 millions of others from different mints. That means if you have one of these coins, you're part of an exclusive club. Now let's talk about grading. If you want to get your 2002 Jefferson nickel professionally graded, you can send it to a reputable company like PCG's Professional Coin Grading Service or NGC Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. They'll examine the coin closely and give it a grade based on its condition and rarity. A high-grade coin will increase its value significantly. So how much is a 2002 Jefferson nickel worth? It really depends on the grade, but even in average circulated condition, these coins can fetch anywhere from $30,000 to $432,000. And if you have a higher graded coin, the sky the limit. Some of the highest graded $2,000 to P Jefferson nickels have sold for thousands of dollars. Finally, this coin value in market for $132,000. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, this is great, but how do I start hunting for these coins? My advice is to start small. Look through your loose change, check with local banks and coin shops, and don't be afraid to ask fellow collectors for tips. You never know when you might stumble upon something amazing. Happy hunting, everyone. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, keep those eyes peeled for rare coins, and who knows, maybe you'll join the ranks of lucky collectors who found a 2002 Jefferson nickel. The 1980 Jefferson nickel. Could this seemingly ordinary coin hold the key to $1 million treasure? Let's find out. Before we get into its value, let's explore the history of the 1982 Jefferson nickel. These coins were minted during a time of transition, with both copper nickel and copper-plated zinc versions in circulation understanding. This is crucial to assessing their worth. Why are we even talking about this particular year? Well, there's a good reason. Some 1980 to Jefferson nickels were minted with rare errors and variations that make them exceptionally valuable. These errors include no P mint mark and large date over small date. The 1982 Jefferson nickel coin, though not widely recognized as a $1 million coin, has sparked interest among collectors and numismatists for a unique reason. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a significant change to the composition of the Jefferson nickel, which can make certain variations of this coin exceptionally valuable. Here's why. Transition to copper-nickel alloy. Prior to 1980 to Jefferson nickels were composed of a 75 copper and 25 nickel alloy. However, in 1982, due to rising nickel prices, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a copper-nickel composition, similar to the one used for dimes and quarters. This change created a brief window for a particular type of coin, large and small mint marks. During this transition year, the Mint produced Jefferson nickels with both large and small mint marks. The small mint mark, D for Denver and S for San Francisco varieties, are the ones that collectors seek. These are the coins that could potentially be worth millions. Scarce mintage. The small mint mark coins with the copper-nickel composition are considered scarce because they were only produced for a short time during 1982. Due to the transition, the number of these coins in circulation is relatively limited compared to other years. Rarity and collector demand. Collectors are always interested in coins with unique characteristics and limited availability. The 1982 small mint mark Jefferson nickel, especially in uncirculated or pristine condition, has become a sought-after collectible item. Bearer coins within the 1982 Jefferson nickel series. Some coins exhibit striking errors or anomalies such as double -1 or off-center strikes. These errors can significantly increase a coin's value, sometimes into the thousands or more. It's essential to note that while some 1980 to Jefferson nickels can be valuable, not every coin from that year is worth millions. The specific value of a 1982 Jefferson nickel will depend on factors like its condition, rarity, and any unique features or errors it may have. Collectors often consult coin grading services and reference books to determine the precise value of their coins. So if you happen to come across a 1982 small mint mark Jefferson nickel in exceptional condition, it's worth having it appraised by a professional numismatist to see if you've struck numismatic gold. Let's take a closer look at the no key mint mark and large date over small date varieties. These are the hidden gems that collectors are hunting for. The absence of a mint mark P and the distinctive date variations are what make these coins so valuable for all you aspiring treasure hunters. Here are some key tips on identifying valuable 1982 Jefferson nickels. 1. Check the mint mark. A missing P mint mark is a strong indicator. 0. To study the date. Compare the date closely to recognize the large date over small date variety. 0.3. Condition matters. As always, coins in better condition command higher prices. Now let's hear some incredible stories from collectors who stumbled upon 1980 to Jefferson nickels worth a small fortune. These stories will inspire you to start searching through your pocket change. Over the years, 1982 no P Jefferson nickels have appeared in coin auctions where they have sold for significant amounts, sometimes reaching into the millions of dollars. These high-profile sales have further solidified their status as valuable collectors' items. The 1982 Jefferson nickel might just be the $1 million coin you didn't know you had. So keep your eyes peeled. The next time you go through your loose change, it could be hiding a rare gem. Finally, this coin's value in market $7.9 million. If you found this exploration of the 1980 to Jefferson nickel intriguing, give us a thumbs. The 1980 to United States 5-cent coin, better known as the nickel, has an interesting history, particularly in the context of its design and production. During that time, the nickel has featured various designs throughout its history. By 1982, the most common nickel design in circulation was the Jefferson nickel, which was first Introduced in 1938, the obverse front of the coin portrays Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The reverse back features Jefferson's home Monticello, which is a symbol of American history and architecture. In 1982, the design remained consistent with the long-standing tradition of the Jefferson nickel. The coin features the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" along with the date and the mint mark indicating where the coin was produced. Minting changes in the early 1980s. As the United States faced a significant change in coin production due to rising metal prices and a shifting coin composition. Initially, nickels were composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. However, in 1982, there were no significant changes in the nickel's metal composition. The nickel continued to be minted in the traditional copper-nickel alloy despite fluctuations in raw material costs impacting other denominations. 1980 to mint marks. Nickels in 1982 were produced at 3 different mint facilities: Philadelphia without a mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco with an S mint mark, primarily for collectors. The Philadelphia Mint produced the standard circulation coins, while the Denver Mint's production statistics indicated a healthy demand for nickels. Economic context: the early 1980s were marked by significant economic challenges in the United States, including high inflation and unemployment rates. This period also saw changes in consumer behavior and transactions. Many people transitioned to credit and debit cards, affecting the circulation and use of coins. The nickel's low value, being worth just 5 cents, made it less important in everyday purchasing power, yet it remained a staple in vending machines and for small transactions. Collectability: as a collectible, 1982 nickels can be of interest to numismatists, particularly the variations in mint marks and any potential errors that occurred during the minting process. The fact that it was not a particularly rare year for the nickel means it typically does not carry a high premium in the numismatic market unless it features specific errors. Conclusion: the 1980 nickel, like many of its contemporaries, reflects a snapshot of American history through its design and the economic landscape of the time. While it may not have the same level of intrigue as some earlier or later coin designs, the Jefferson nickel continues to be a beloved part of American currency and offers insight into both historical and economic contexts. From the era, collectors and historians alike appreciate the significance of coins like the 1980 nickel in understanding the evolution of American currency. Thanks for watching my videos, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon.